You already know who the fuck it is. Like, it's the truth. But I'm Lord Progress, embodiment of truth, emperor of the Krushonian. Now, the Bible, the 4400, could be me, the leader of this, or could be somebody else. The coulds. You know, the best thing about being enlightened is that you always know what you need to know when you need to know it. Sounds crazy, right? But this crazy guy is going to tell you the truth. You know?
You put the book bag in here.
Like, this is the purpose. The purpose of life is to enlighten yourself so we can light up the universe. So the universe can be in perfect harmony, because it's not in perfect harmony. Especially when you got people killing each other for money, or you got other people who are just enslaved by the pleasures of the reptile, you know. You know, we got some redhead, green-eyed person at the top of all this. You know, this meditation, I just ask myself, who's at the top of this? I just see this woman who has red hair and green eyes. So now we got her face. I'm not saying go around and attack everybody with red hair and green eyes. No, we don't attack nobody. So when you enlighten, you are mature. You know that there is no need for violence. You can smile, and the true key to enlightenment, all these emotions, you don't need them. That's why they're all on your TV. That's why the news scare the shit out of you. Why? Because your chakra, your instinct chakra, your survival chakra, your red chakra is blocked by fear. Ask any shaman, ask any reishi master, what blocks that? What blocks the start of everything? Fear. False evidence appearing real. Let fuck all the emotions, fuck everything. Then when you say fuck everything, you gotta really say, you gotta think of everything that you love. Bring it in close to you. Hold it so close that you feel yourself holding it in your arms as you meditate. And then let it go. That's how you enlighten yourself. Is that perfect? But you gotta be clean. You know, it's gonna be the same message because it's the truth. It's gonna be the same message all the time. So if you're tired of watching me, just go enlighten yourself and you won't need to watch me. See that? The issue with people right now, they want everything to go on forever. No. Enlightenment, yes. But this life, like greed, emotions, like you got the stick and then you got the snake. You got to get them in harmony, baby. Now, Emperor Krushonian. I said, I'm also running for president. But why would this fat, crazy guy run for president? Because you dumb motherfuckers are enslaved. And we're not talking to you. We're talking to the people who have common sense, the people who got away from the fluoridation, the people who actually care about the water that their children drink. All right? And that's why you're watching me, because you're one of those people. And I am running for president, and this is why. What we're going to do, the first action is we're going to throw the Congress out. We're going to pull down our pants, and we're going to piss on all the Congress. We're going to make America a monarchy again. Oh, you just want to rule, don't you? No, I want to do the right thing. I want to push the world in the path of enlightenment. Would you become president and then become emperor and then push the whole world in the path of enlightenment, or would you try to become emperor and then dominate everything? Like, they spoke about us. They spoke about me. I see myself in the Bible, but it's not that time yet. No, I'm not Jesus, and no, I'm not the Antichrist. And they're going to push you that. You know, it's everybody who come in front of you, and they're enlightened. They're demonic. There's a demon. Demons. That's why the English language was given to the English people to keep them ignorant. But one thing is simplify. When you know what simple is, simple things are beauty. Look how simple the golden ratio is. Look how simple it is. Simple things are so beautiful. Now, English, very simple language, right? That's why it's so literal. So literal. Demons. Demands, like if I was a dirty motherfucker, like you can get enlightened, and you see, like, you look at any Horus, why he had slaves. Horus got enlightened, but he took more of the snake. When you get enlightened, you can take the snake, and then you could take anything else. Well, it's not anything else. It's the stick. It's the light. It's the true light. Now, the snake wants slaves. The snake is weak. The snake needs people to look down on. It's a reptile. A reptile needs things to eat. The light is just light. It needs to be in the corner. It shines down and illuminate everything. And it doesn't even care about nothing. You want to be that light? You want to live carefree? Or do you want to be the snake who have to care about everything? Right now, you're already the snake. If you're enslaved, you're the snake. Snakes. Reptilian part of your brain. This is the science. Golden ratio everywhere.
I'ma jump right in like this. I don't party with the kids. I get lit and I sit in the crib. You gon' baby no beer. I'ma jump in there like this.
Hear this? Jaden Smith is truly enlightened. Like everything that comes across, just Jaden Smith, Jaden Smith, Jaden Smith. Be like me, you can't touch him. If you had that lemon, you need to eat a lemon. Then these demons are just, I could put a demon out there right now if I wanted to. That's an evil demand. That's your energy. You got so much in you. Like, I'm about to get upset because they told you was a sinner and you just, I'm a sinner, oh my God, I can't do that. Oh, I'm a fucking sinner. This is the reptile in me. Like, it gets upset because like we got people, like, almost said something reptilian. Like, the reptile in me was finished come, we got people that this and got that. No, everything is the same, baby. Everything is the light. You got reptile in you. That's that party that's always negative. What a snake do? It's always curl up ready to fucking strike. Like, see them hands? No, they don't fuck with me. And then I know how to use this shit, man. Why do y'all choose enslavement over enlightenment? That's today's question. I don't know why, but I do. I hate that. I hate saying I don't know something and then the answer pops in my head. Enlightenment is not a path for the weak. There are people on this planet who are workers, you know? But you workers deserve the best. Like, I'm an emperor. I'm gonna bow to my worker. I'm gonna bow to you before you bow to, because if you make my fucking empire. Like, what's wrong with you people? Like, the 1% is pulling down his fucking pants, pissing on you. And you make 99% of his empire. And you just lay over and take it. Like, what is wrong with you people? They're the 1%. That means there's 99% of other motherfuckers struggling who can't come together and do what the fuck they need to do. Because they're too busy believing. And the purpose of believing is to find physical evidence. But you gotta wait to die for your evidence. Yo, if you was Christian, if you in any religion, you wait for somebody to save you, the purpose of your life is to be a victim. Sorry, you're a fucking victim. You're a little snake in the corner, curled up. You're waiting for the zookeeper to come in and feed your dumb ass. Oh, you don't like the truth? All in your fucking face, bitch. You've been here before, and you are greater than what you are. Remember that.
We have some devastating news to report on about the FDA. Quote, researchers at NYU sifted through data compiled between 1998 and 2003 and identified 57 clinical trials that received the highest level of violations for reasons that included poor record keeping, false information, failure to disclose adverse effects, and poor patient safety. They say only 3 of the 78 studies analyzed in the study noted the infractions. So in layman's terms, what they're saying is they found 57 bogus studies, but the FDA only recognized 3 of them as bogus. So this is a huge problem. What that means is the FDA is not doing their job. So they say the following, quote, "In one case of research misconduct, a report stated that all patients saw improvements in their condition when in fact one person had a foot amputation less than 2 weeks after treatment. In another case, the final report didn't disclose that the FDA found an entire clinical trial to be unreliable. The NYU study also highlighted an instance of research misconduct that led to a patient's death." So, again, to put it as simply as possible, this means the FDA is just not doing their job effectively. They're not really looking out for all the negative and adverse side effects with new drug treatments. And that's a problem because they might as well not exist if they're going to act like that, right? But here's the thing. We know why this happened and how this happened and how to fix it. Quote, "This issue is not new to the FDA, an agency that has long enjoyed a profitable relationship with pharmaceutical companies. The passage of the Prescription User Drug-Free Act in 1992 sped up the drug approval process using fees collected from big pharma companies." There you have it. So what's the problem? The problem is in 1992, we decided we're not going to fund the FDA with tax dollars and keep them objective and independent and representing the American people and looking out for their goodwill. No, we're going to mandate that the FDA gets funded in large part by the drug companies themselves. So now the people who are supposed to be regulating the drug companies are funded by the drug companies, which sets up a massive conflict of interest, which means that oftentimes you're going to look the other way as they put out questionable products, and in many cases just flat out bad products. So that's the problem. The problem is corruption. The problem is money in politics. The problem is we legalized a massive conflict of interest, and now the FDA isn't doing the job that they're supposed to be doing. So we have to fix this. We have to get to the root of the problem, and the root of the problem is that Big Pharma is funding the FDA. Get rid of that, fully fund it with tax dollars, bring in new independent people who will look out for the American people, and then the FDA will go right back to doing their job the way that they're supposed to do their job. But this is devastating, man. This is horrendous. And this is why people, look, one of the reasons why this really gets under my skin is that this is one of the main reasons why a lot of people are now skeptical of all of modern medicine. Like, they don't realize how much they're fucking themselves and how much they're screwing over everybody, because this leads to smart people like Bill Maher all of a sudden becoming anti-vaxxers, where he thinks, Big Pharma has such a stranglehold on the government that they're willing to push out fake vaccines that, hurt you or don't help you or whatever the case is. Smart people get convinced that vaccines don't work and other treatments that do work don't work because they read stuff like this and they just do the broad generalized thinking, and they go, well, if this is the case, what else are they lying to me about? You're breeding hatred, and you're breeding skepticism and unhealthy skepticism that goes too far. So we need to fix this issue, and we need to bring confidence back to the medical establishment, because by and large, as an institution, the medical establishment is one of the more noble that's out there. You always have examples of stuff like this and corruption and massive problems, but at the same time, by and large, they're looking out for you more than other people are looking out for you, the medical establishment, even though we hate the insurance companies, we hate the pharmaceutical companies, we hate the for-profit aspect of it. But the doctors themselves are usually decent people, and they actually care about empiricism. So we need to fix the systemic issues, because the systemic issues like this are the biggest problem.
All right. Malcolm X. Every 22nd of every month, you Krushonian, it's Malcolm X Day. Why does Malcolm X have a holiday? Because Malcolm X brought to mainstream, well, what you would call mainstream, sovereignty. He saw the greatest champion of the world, and he was like, don't you know you still a slave? You still got that slave name, Cassius Clay. He's like, what the fuck you talking about? What's this nigga Malcolm X talking about? Nigga last name X. He trying to tell me some shit. And then he got into Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali got over his emotions and he sat down and he dealt with the truth. He became a man and he stood before the truth. Now, you can't be a man if you can't stand before the truth. So if you think you're a man and you can't stand before the truth, sorry, you're just another punk-ass citizen. Hey, but we need citizens. We need people to fall in line and to do the mediocre things like bring us lunch and stuff. So good job. And soon after a while, somebody with my intentions may take lead, and then you guys can have a way better pay without inflation. But that's neither here nor there. A lot of progress for president. We can raise that and put a cap on inflation. And the middle class can really soar and buy what they want and get out of stress. Enlightenment is the key to life. And if you've been watching me tonight, you're generally happy like me. To let go of those emotions and let it all flow. But we have Malcolm X here today telling you the truth about motherfucking Dr. King, who was really a doctor. Or he's really a doctor. Doctors are behind the Cancer Act. Doctors want you to have chemotherapy. They don't want you to get cured. There's no money in curing you people. There's a few doctors who do care, and those are the doctors who get shot in the woods. Or, they go jogging and disappear. But for the doctors who don't care, they're still around. Like Dr. King, he has a holiday. Malcolm X, no holiday. Who else has a holiday? Christopher Columbus. What did he do? He founded America. He discovered America from the Indians. In Hispaniola, though, they said that he raped little boys and stole gold. And raped more little boys and he has a holiday. So people have holidays are good people.
It has been suggested also that this movement preaches a gospel of violence.
No, the black people in this country have been the victims of violence at the hands of the white man for 400 years. And following the ignorant Negro preachers, we have thought that it was godlike to turn the other cheek to the brute that was brutalizing us. And today, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is showing black people in this country that just as the white man and every other person on this earth has God-given rights, natural rights, civil rights, any kind of rights that you can think of when it comes to defending himself, black people we should have the right to defend ourselves also. And because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad makes black people brave enough, men enough to defend ourselves no matter what the odds are, the white man runs around here with the doctrine that Mr. Muhammad is advocating violence when he's actually telling Negroes to defend themselves against violent people.
I see. Well, the Reverend Martin Luther King preaches a doctrine of nonviolent insistence upon the rights of the American Negro. What is your attitude toward this philosophy?
The white man pays Reverend Martin Luther King, subsidizes Reverend Martin Luther King, so that Reverend Martin Luther King can continue to teach the Negroes to be defenseless. That's what you mean by nonviolent. Be defenseless. Be defenseless in the face of one of the most cruel beasts that has ever taken the people into captivity. That's this American white man. And they have proved it throughout the country by the police dogs and the police clubs. 100 years ago, they used to put on a white sheet and use a bloodhound against Negroes. Today, they have taken off the white sheet and put on police uniforms. They've traded in the bloodhounds for police dogs, and they're still doing the same thing. And just as Uncle Tom, back during slavery, used to keep the Negroes from resisting the bloodhound or resisting the Ku Klux Klan by teaching them to love their enemy or pray for those who use them despitefully. Today, Martin Luther King is just a 20th century or modern Uncle Tom or a religious Uncle Tom who is doing the same thing today to keep Negroes defenseless in the face of attack that Uncle Tom did on the plantation to keep those Negroes defenseless in the face of the attacks of the Klan in that day.
But the goal of Dr. King is full equality and full rights of citizenship for Negroes.
The goal of Dr. Martin Luther King is to give Negroes a chance to sit in a segregated restaurant beside the same white man who had brutalized them for 400 years. The goal of Dr. Martin Luther King is to get Negroes to forgive the people who have brutalized them for 400 years by lulling them to sleep and making them forgetting what those whites have done to them. But the masses of black people in America today don't go for what Martin Luther King is putting down. As you said in one of your articles, it's psychologically insecure, something of that sort. I forget how you put it. But you didn't endorse what Martin Luther King was doing yourself.
I do not reject his goals of full integration and full equality rights for American citizens. Do you reject these goals?
If you don't think that he's walking on the right road, I'm quite sure you don't agree that he'll get to the right place. And if you would classify his method as psychologically unrealistic, I think that if a man's method is psychologically unrealistic, which means the road or the means or the method that he's using, I think as a psychologist, you would be very doubtful that he would reach the right goal.
There is one correction, Mr. Malcolm, I'd like to make here. In that same piece that you're quoting from, I said that his methods are effective. His philosophy of love, of the oppressor, I thought was psychologically burdensome.